Greetings, wingmates! Hope conditions are favorable in your part of the universe. Ah, here we are. Wonderful, wonderful. My connection is much more stable now that the solar storms have abated in the system where I'm at right now. No more background noise, no more interruptions. Excellent. So, today we will be streaming our continuing battle footage of our simulation entitled Brigador. Last time we played this, we went through the tutorial, and we also played through some of the introductory missions, where we got to know the three main pilots that we were going to be able to choose between. So without further ado, let's get to the game screen. Alright, here we are, here we go, ready for our hot drop into Solo Nobre. Let's continue the campaign. So as you can see, we've gone through all of the tutorials, and now we're on to the second mission. Open up your heart. So these should get more and more difficult as time goes on. So as I learned, the A and B and C designations are essentially for the different characters, and here we have the 3 diamonds that will represent which character we've completed the mission with. So currently we've been using the Spacer because her mech is one I enjoy at the moment. We have not had any alternative loadout options, but I'm hoping that will open up. Alright, so without further ado, let's move on to Open Up Your Heart. Contract: removal of target structures. Opposition: moderate loyalist. The SNC is coordinating for your exfiltration, but preparations are not complete. Stand by for details. Until then, the SNC has a contract available for the most critical targets in Solo Nobre, the orbital guns. This defense array is what keeps the SNC from deploying a landing force from orbit. Destroy the orbital guns and Letterard, and the concern will make your arrangements for your exit from Novo Solo. Oh, and please let me know if the game is a little too quiet or too loud. I will have to adjust that on the fly. Alright, let's take a look at our loadout. So we have once again our options between the Zoling, highlighted by one of the spacers here, Alto. We have Singh piloting his Kilgore. And we have a Canavan hovercraft piloted by Snell. I personally like the Zoling, simply because the chain guns are just a lot of fun to use. It's got some serious issues in terms of ammunition consumption, but I think we can make it work if we're careful and we don't squeeze the triggers for far too long. Although that is half the fun with the Zoling. Alright, let us deploy. And let's see. So yeah, pipelines are a hazard that we don't want to blow up in front of us. And let's engage. Okay, once again the reverse chicken walker legs of the Zoling are an absolute pain to deal with. Orbital guns are high priority objectives for the SNC. Let's stomp through the trees, go on to our next waypoint. Destroying the guns will cause a large and loud explosion, alerting nearby enemies. Well, that's I think we went through that in the tutorial. Stay clear of their explosive radius and be aware of how much attention destroying one will draw. Alright, so using our camera sweep, we can see that there are communication stations here behind the panic walls. And the panic walls are these hazard-striped red and gray walls that pop up from the ground, protecting locations if spotters detect that you are present and manage to report that. Spotters are units that are designated spotters. From what I understand, they could be pretty much anything, just as long as they are, for the scenario, tagged as such. The orbital guns are currently marked for you with orange diamonds. destroy them to complete your mission. Okay, so since we earn money for all destruction, we have no incentive to keep this blue ammunition depot alive, which is not the kind of ammo we use. We only use green ammo for our lighter weapons. Oh, here comes a suicide drone. Alright, here comes another hover drone. There we go. Let's reload. From the ammo drop. Okay, moving forward. So we have an orbital gun here. Let's take it out using ranged attacks. Here's another drone. Drone down. Let's grab that ammo before we destroy the orbital gun. Shred the walls. And it should fall fairly quick. There we go. Oh, and we've alerted the enemy. Let's hide behind the building. Power suits. One was attempting to flank. Oh, and here come the infantry. Shredded that. Shield truck. Shield truck down. Power suit down. And second one down. There's some more infantry here, it seems. That tank has no turret rotation, so we'll sneak around the flank where its armor is weaker and give it the old BRRT. So much for the BRRT. Okay. Infantry, we'll just crush them. More infantry. We still have over shields on top of our hard shields, so I'm not gonna bother wasting ammunition on these infantry. Alright, down. Sneak around here. Now our secondary weapon using the middle mouse button is a smoke bomb. So I'm going to launch it here by the defensive tower so I could run in and stomp them to death without wasting any precious ammunition. And this tank has clearly been failing. There we go, got him. Oh! And my mech is now gone because I smashed into a pipeline. This is exactly what the tutorial said don't do. Alright, let's restart this. Engage. You know what these say? No problem. Push through the trees. Man, do I love these environments. The trees look so fluffy. Just, they almost look like miniatures. Sort of the way those are just twigs with a bunch of, oh goodness, what are miniature trees usually made out of? Okay, so here's that suicide drone that is waiting for us. It's gonna spot us no matter what, so let's destroy it. Oh, pulling back, there we go. So let's take care of this comms tower before we go anywhere else. Now we've alerted whoever's been around here. Let's just stomp through the back here. Oh. Suits. They are fast little buggers. Okay, let's just keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting. Alright, we're gonna need to pop some smoke. Alright. Let's go around the back. That guy has hard shields. Shred the infantry. Excellent. Reload. Damn, smoke wore off. Down, and another infantryman. Alright, let's blow up this tower. And reload. Alright. This is a fairly tight quarters, so we need to be careful that we don't get flanked. Let's take a look here. No enemies to our direct northwest. Here's an orbital gun, and one of the hover scouts has spotted us. Infantry suits. I'm just gonna stomp them, because there's a shield truck. And a shield truck has a above average amount of hard shield pickups that you can acquire. So if we look in our upper left, we have hard shields aplenty, but we have taken some actual hull damage. Oh, no, no, no. I walked right into that orbital gun. That's the last time I will do that. I did not realize they were that frail. Usually I do a standoff. Alright, no sense. We know what's coming. Let's just rush in. Here comes the drone. Shred it. Here come the infantry. They'll wake up once we begin stomping. Actually, while they're still offline, let's smoke this area and charge in. And just stomp them while they can't see us. There we go. The nest. Alright, let's get these walls out of the way. Perfect. Since these towers are not explosive, we can go ahead and save ammo by simply destroying them with our feet. Okay, let's see here. Now, if we destroy the gun, it should take these with it if they're close enough. The enemies. So let's give it a try. Nope. Oh, that did something. Let's destroy the shield truck. Get a nice overshield. Just use our stomp. These walkers are here. Keep moving, hide behind the building. Pull back, pull back. Keep shredding. Alright. We are still doing okay on ammunition, but we really should be conservative about it. There we go. Ooh, that knocked out all of the shielding. I am clearly not remembering my training about explosive objects. Oh, that is a pleasant-looking diner right there. What does that say? Diner... Boy 21? I can't quite tell. Bay 21, I think. Alright. Let's get some ammunition. So since there's an ammo depot here, we can afford to be very aggressive with our expenditure. So let's see here. We have some communications towers that we can destroy. And there's an officer right here indicated with the laurel, sword, and skull. And once again, I make the mistake of running into something explosive. Hopefully... Alright. I have nothing to say for my sins. Nothing to say at all. I will atone. I will atone. Yeah, when I was a cadet at an independent StarCraft operator training, excuse me, Starship operator training, I definitely made my fair share of repetitive blunders. But I still got my certification, and I am here today. So, even if you are failing, just keep on trying. And maybe things will work out. That's the inspiration that I can give. There we go. I'm gonna flank them now. Good, good, good. The infantry are coming after me. And stop. You're facing the wrong way, buddy. And these infantry are gonna get the same treatment. Oh, they had opened up the panic wall for me. Alright, moving on. Alright. Reminder to self. Hello, Carbide. Hell yeah, future walking tanks time. Yes, have confidence. Yeah, Pecora gives good advice. Hi, Melchior. Justin, are you giving life advice, or are you talking about just keep trying in the context of war crimes? You know, you can learn a lot from war crimes, so why not both? For example, if you're having trouble talking to people, use a smokescreen, and then you can get real close to them without them knowing that you're there, or without yourself being worried that you'll be spotted. That's just a tip here from Brigador Haywire. Although, maybe if you want to interact with someone, don't open up with 14mm depleted uranium slugs on them afterwards. That is not a social tip I would advise. Alright, let's get some ammunition. Perfect. And since we have ammo, let's be very careful with what we blow up. There are some fuel lines here, so let's just shred. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, here comes some mechs. And thank you for getting in my line of fire. Casually deploy a smoke screen so you can have a smooth approach. Oh yes. Yeah, a smoke bomb is pretty much something any, sound-minded adult, or anyone really, should be carrying around at all times. You never know when you need to make a quick getaway or, prepare a safer approach. So just keep that on a belt or something like that. Okay, let's get another smoke screen going. See? We practice what we preach. Smoke screens, stomping, keeping track of our ammunition, all important life skills. I'm really sad that they don't teach that in schools anymore. When I was a young lad on Far Terra, I definitely had to go through my field stripping of a standard issue battle rifle classes. Those are very important. Okay, we are running low on ammunition. Let's use our stomps. Cool, an ammo pickup. Yep, especially in these dangerous times when everyone has walking tanks. An arms race, of course, demands that you escalate what you're doing. You can't afford to stay in the past. Just because it's traditional to use only power suits doesn't mean you shouldn't move on to walking tanks. Or mechs, or atomic bombardment. You really do have to, stay aware for the sake of your career. Be a professional, subscribe to the latest magazines, to the latest newsletters, and keep up to date with the techniques in your line of work. And in this case, I think we're soon going to be moving on to grazers and perhaps some other energy weapons. The power systems here. These are not explosive, I think. That is excellent. Oh, here's a drone. I'm just gonna stop this guy. Dude, walking tanks gives a new meaning to arms racing. Well, these ones don't really have arms except for the little stubs, so maybe just racing with legs. Ooh, we have turned off the power for all of these residents, some of whom I'm sure were hoping not to freeze to death tonight. I feel bad now. But you know what? We can't afford to feel bad because we can't afford to maintain our mech. So let's ignore all of that, shut off our minds, and just keep shooting. Walking Tank Olympics when? Well, if I recall, in the early 21st century, the former Soviet states of Terra had what they called a tank biathlon. And while that may not be the same as an Olympics, I believe that once a nation develops some kind of mechanized tank force, they should engage in some sort of activity. It's a good way of promoting esprit de corps in their armed forces. Oh yes, especially when you pull out historical vehicles from your collection and show off their capabilities, or lack thereof, in comparison to your modern equipment. Alright, let's use our smoke again. Alright. If I was a professional gamer, I would have had an appropriate dubstep song, I believe, as they call it, for that particular activation of smoke. Alright. Orbital gun destroyed. I believe there is one more orbital gun. Yes, there is. Let's stock up on ammunition again, since we lost about 25% of our reserves. I am being very good to these civilians. I am not crushing them into paste. Now, one thing I am not quite sure of is how much ammunition I can top off before the depot runs dry. Okay. Let's see here. Anything ahead of us? So the next orbital gun Where's the lovely little diamond? Oh, there it is, there it is. It's the first one I ever took out. Alright. Long-range destruction. That concrete sure is tough. Excellent. Objectives accomplished. We have not blown up the ammo depots. Let's go find the exit. And I believe it is this direction. Oh, well, it's important for the Loyalists to have a local supply of their own ammunition. Their reserves are just as minimal as mine. So for extended combat operations, you need a fairly good supply train. And I think the Loyalists, I am surprised they don't have any kind of a lockout for ammunition dispension. But then again, I don't think the Loyalists thought too far ahead. Excellent! We've made a cozy 2.43 million credits or dollars. Excellent. On to the next mission. The Order of Death. Contract: removal of target vehicles. Opposition: moderate loyalist. Despite beginning with low clearances, U3 pilots have proven capable brigadors. Local geography and converging opposition forces make moving you through the city to SNC-controlled zones via district gates unlikely to succeed. Your contract is to remove key military leadership in the form of marked command vehicles in the last remaining sector of Litterard untouched by your handiwork. With this completed, you will exfiltrate via the nearby orbital tug on a private launch pad, which is fueled and contracted to wait for you. Upon exfiltration, you may accept payment or peruse further contract opportunities with the SNC. Good hunting. From open your heart to Order of Death, what a switch of tone. Yes, I am somewhat uneducated in the ways of music, especially that of 20th century Terran. But from what I understand, many of these are references to song titles, at least from what some wingmates have indicated. If you have any input on the trivia here, please feel free to pitch in. Right, let's begin Order of Death, and there's the orbital tug we must enter. Loadout. As again, we will be using the same loadout, now that we are familiar with it. Engage! What else could they have to teach us? Track marked targets by following the crosshair icons on the edges of the screen. So yeah, on the left side edge here, we have our little kill indicators. And it appears that we have 4 officers that we must get rid of. Oh, this map looks familiar. I swear it's the first one we began on. Complete the objectives. Find the yellow orbital tug spacecraft in order to escape. I'm going to guess that the yellow orbital tug, like anything else on the field, is destructible. So you must be very careful that we don't wreck it in the process of our firefights here. Yes, I have been on this map before. This was in the tutorial. However, there is actually an ammunition depot now. I'm very impressed by the quality of housing that they have here in the Letterar district of Solenobre. They have excellent lawn manicuring, nothing overgrown, no weeds. They have these fantastic brick houses with 2 garages. In fact, this may even be a 3-car garage. A flagpole in nearly every yard, so they're very patriotic. A playground for the kiddies. Golf carts even, which I just crushed. Oh, and the idyll has been broken and shattered. Come on, come on, come on. Excellent. Oh. And you just got finessed. There we go. Alright, who is shooting at me? Loyalists, you are causing more damage to your own city than I could. My fire may be dense, but it is highly contained. And definitely not explosive. Let's see here. So this little walkway here should have something. Let's take a look. Ah, there. Another one of our VIP targets. This one is a spotter, so we will definitely want to destroy them first. I'm not sure what the best approach here is. I think smoke screens will be important. Oh. Let's not let these turn around. So the spotter hasn't spotted us yet. Let's deploy smoke so that he can't do it. until we let him. And just lay waste to them. We are running low on ammunition. There we go. He did not get an alert off. And these infantry can also get in range of our stomps. Perfect. Okay. Nothing in the parking lot. There's some comm towers. Let's get rid of those. Our shields are somewhat depleted, but our hull is still intact. There's a shield truck here. We might as well get a bit of a repair going. Oh. Pull back. Let the shield truck come to us. I do not want to have this fire. Let's just deploy smoke. Since smoke has an infinite amount of uses and just a cooldown timer, it makes no sense to not use it judiciously. These infantry are no threat. So, but still, let's shred them preemptively. Ammo of the incorrect type. Hi, Ringo. Oh, glad you like Brigador. Have you played Brigador before, Ringo? Damn, sounds OP. Well, the smoke isn't that OP because the cooldown is about 17 seconds, so you can't just spam it in a firefight all the time. There was a similar game on GBA, but it was MechWarrior themed, like isometric stuff. Ah! Well, if you remember that title, feel free to shoot it along. I'm always curious in these games. I doubt that I will be able to do some GBA emulation, but it's always interesting to learn more about the different kinds of games out there, especially on platforms I have little familiarity with. Well, I do highly recommend Brigador if you play it. Once it gets more action-packed, it definitely comes into its own. Alright, so we have 2 spotters here. Let's smoke it up and just let them come to us so that we can shred them before they alert anyone. Perfect, more ammunition. Shield truck has us spotted, but I think it's freaking out. It's exposed its rear. Let's flank it and stomp it. Excellent. And as you can see, stomping it from the rear damaged it much more. So we always want to have our frontal armor facing the enemy if they are directly shooting at us, if possible. And we want to be shooting the enemy's side or rear armor. Let's fire off some smoke here. Oh, he is using an energy weapon against us, some kind of gamma ray emitter, I believe. Alright, excellent. We are back where no, this is... Oh, here's a power station. Let's reduce the chances of us being spotted by destroying these substations. There we go. Ah, power suits. They made a mistake of getting too close to a mech. Okay. Our remaining targets are to the south and southwest. But let's take a look at what's beyond this checkpoint here, just in case we missed anything good, or perhaps an ammunition depot that we may need later on. Here's another drone. Alright. No, it's the same ammo type. Okay, so this is where we came from. There's already devastation. Alright. Can you imagine how long it took to manicure all of these trees to be such perfect spheres? That, or I'm getting the feeling that these may be artificial. If you look at this boundary wall here, the shrubbery has a metal support structure behind it. Oh, here's an even clearer picture of it. So, is there any living plant life in Solo Nobre, or on Nova Solo as a whole? Alright, let's fire off some smoke. Oh, that did not arc sufficiently. Reload. Here's one of the officers. Come on, get up close and personal. Smoke is not yet recharged. Smoke 3, 2, 1. Smoke out. There we go. Enemy infantry down. Excellent. Let's go down this parkway. Ringo, you heard of that? Have I heard of that shrubbery? Oh, you have heard of that shrubbery trick? using metal mesh to guide the growth of branches into shape. That does make a lot of sense. Although, considering how every single thing here is done that way, I'm definitely concerned about the nature of the plants here. Bring us a shrubbery! Yes, that is a classic 20th century Terran movie. I've had the opportunity to watch it quite a few times. What do you mean? Everyone knows trees are made out of plastic. That's what the Supreme Leader told us. Oh, I'm so sorry, Solo Nobran citizen. Forgive my ignorance. I am but a simple Brigador, and I have come for profit, not for understanding your culture. Ooh, an ammo depot compatible with our guns. Goodbye, golf carts. Such conspicuous displays of wealth are not welcome here. Rich People's Neighborhood Association paying off landscaping, I guess. Yeah, I wonder if this was the Great Leader's handiwork, or if truly, people wanted this to be where they live. Yes, shrubberies are my trade. I am a shrubber. My name is Roger the Shrubber. I arrange, design, and sell shrubberies. Well, your name is clearly Melchior, but if you do have some kind of alternative personality, I welcome that. Oh, Carrot, I'm glad that I kept your house intact. Was it this one by chance? Or mayhaps this one hither? Oh no, we've awakened the drone. No. Go back to sleep, Fido. There we go. Let's continue with the assassination. Ultra fluff stuff. Knowledge is richer than money. Ooh. I wonder if that is a Corvid attitude or not. No, you know what? I think money is the only thing that matters. Money, ammunition, and how tough your shields are. Because I have nothing in my head right now, and yet I am still making money. And yet I am still kicking ass. And taking names! Come here, shield truck. I'm all out of bubble gum. Smoke out! Come on, come on. Alright, we have a little bit of safety room. Let's hide behind the shrubbery. No, wrong part of town. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I shouldn't have been so spiteful ahead of time. I'll simply destroy every house in every district just to get your house, Carrot. Seems I'm a bit behind the stream. What the hell? Let's see, what is my timer here? Zulu timer. Well, from my particular preview, I'm only having, say, about 5 seconds of lag. But, since we are streaming this through the jump net, different nodes may be having different synchronizations, so I apologize if your lag is larger than acceptable. Don't forget, you need balls of steel as well. Yes, if you do not have steel balls for ball bearings, essentially any war machine will halt. One of the primary factories or targets in Allied bombing raids in World War II was ball bearing factories. And from that historical event, we can absolutely learn that once you destroy even the smallest component that you normally wouldn't think about, the humble ball bearing, which is in virtually every axle, everything that's not a bushing. Oh, there's our orbital tug, so let's not destroy that. So, keep that in mind when you are committing some kind of atrocity. There's a turret, shredded, we still have good ammo reserves. Ringo. Oh, I must have mixed up the MechWarrior games. It must have been MechWarrior 3050 that was isometric. Oh yes, the very early, very primitive. Was that on SNES? Or was it on NES? I don't remember at this moment. I think it might have been SNES. Alright, I think this is explosive. Let's be very careful here. I think these are fuel depots. Yes, they are. They are very explosive. Yes, this is why I need them. Why ball bearings? Well, ball bearings reduce friction on rotating components, and pretty much for anything that spins quickly or has a lot of loading axially, or depending on the design of your ball bearing, because there are roller bearings, there are conical bearings, they just have different shapes depending on the way the force is applied to a joint. Bearings are pretty much what makes any sort of heavy machinery go round. Even on something like a battleship turret, you have what is essentially a gigantic bearing. It's made out of essentially what amounts to wheels, or I suppose rollers, but it remains a roller/ball bearing. And if you don't have ball bearings, you end up using bushings, and bushings have much lower heat capacity because it's simply material and lubricant. You may have heard of the term oil light bushing, and that is a sintered brass bushing that is a cheap way of having a friction reducing sort of a... Ooh, we did not get him. Shielding is holding, shielding is holding. There we go, mission complete. However, let's destroy the orbital gun. We want to be completionists here. Excellent. Yes, you think there was an SNES version. Yes, I'll have to look that up. I do like BattleTech games, but I'm not sure I would go that far into the past to experience it. They left a tiny hole there. Yes, they did. Those tiny holes are what let my Brigador survive. So ball bearings are better than using some kind of rail and magnet arrangement for a roller. Well, there are magnetic bearings. I mean, in general, bearings is just a term for something that bears a load, be it typically, you know, some kind of structural load, perhaps a moving load. However, magnetic bearings are significantly more expensive and significantly more difficult to design, and they are not worth it in many cases, and in many instances they are simply impossible to use, because typically magnetic bearings have a gap, and if you have something that is sealed, like for example the propeller shaft of a ship, well, one, you will have some sort of sealing flange. Let's get to our dropship here. Excellent, scenario complete. Brrr. Bushings do like to catch fire if they are damaged, if they are gritty, if they are spun past their design parameters, or if, say for example, the lubricant has leaked out. Most bearings and bushings are typically coated in some sort of lubricant, which otherwise they would not function. Alright, we have done well. We've earned over $2.5 million. Next, Fly Blackbird. Contract, removal of 2 orbital guns. Opposition, moderate Corvid. Oh, interesting, this is the first time that we are attacking Corvids. Great Leader, with a asterisk, is dead, and his illusory control over Solo Nobre's fractured politics has died with him. The Corvids, asterisk, have seized control of roughly 25% of the city's districts, including Zoker's Scarp. Zoker's Scarp is a small elevated landmass to the southwest of the Southern Reach. Oh, say that 5 times fast. Southwest of the Southern Reach. The terrain makes it an ideal defensive perimeter, and the local oil refinery is of clear strategic value for the Corvids. The SNC has more interest in the orbital guns positioned there. Asterisk. Purchase lore in the acquisitions for more details. Well, with such wonderful advertising, I think we must simply purchase that lore. Acquisitions. Let's go to lore. So here's our various Brigador contracts. Let's take a look at Corvid faction. Excuse me. Something, anarcho-syndicalism. Don't ask me. I just joined up. I'm still learning the secret handshakes and how not to fall asleep during the meetings. Councils, they call them councils, and they have them all the time. Anyway, Corvids had a lot to be unhappy about under Great Leader, and they've got a lot of very disillusioned veterans of the NEP with particularly acute grievances. They know he's saved our city several times, made it what it is, but Corvids know that's trouble. That's the trouble with a dictator. They never want to step down voluntarily. This thing with the SNC means Corvids see their one real shot at making sure that Solo Nobre is for everyone again. It can't only be for active duty NEP soldiers and everyone else in yellow raincoats. Staying alive just isn't good enough anymore. MB. Hello, Corpse! Welcome to the transmission! Ah, this is the first real mission. You've gotten out of the early game. Yes, the action is starting to heat up. I am enjoying it more and more. We're getting some lore under our belt here, since the mission advertised that we should do so. So let's take a look here. Letterard Lanoy Zoker Scarp. What about it? Motivated travelers will appreciate the upcycled and innovative surroundings of Zoker Scarp. Wow, that's some marketing language. Dating back to the original settlements of the founders, many of these colonial-era structures are still in use today. If you're there on a market day, pay attention to the local delicacies, many of which are impossible to find outside of Solo Nobre. Be sure to bring some identification to sign in to the bathrooms, and move onward to our next stop. Sign into the bathrooms? That's pretty bleak. I wonder who enacted that bit of brilliant legislation. A pocket guide to Solo Nobre found in the St. Martin's cargo spaceport. Gift chopped, defunct, remainders bin. Yeah, I can imagine the tourism died out once Great Leader locked down all of the spaceports except for, I believe, one. Let's see, what other lore was there? Oh yes, the yellow raincoats! As pacification is still ongoing, you may encounter MOGs or other mechanized infantry units securing neighborhoods near your assigned residential lot. In the likely event that you are unable to avoid the conflict, wear your Great Leader approved safety coat to be as safe as possible under the circumstances. State-of-the-art fluorescing fibers mean that you'll be easy to see in almost any conditions. Safety coats are scientifically proven to attract and maintain combatant attention in visibility as low as 30%. Remember, you'll be safe as long as Great Leader loves you, and he always will. Resettling in, a photocopied pamphlet distributed by NEP upon release. Oh, wonderful. Fluorescent yellow raincoats. A Pungd tuber meeting another Pungd tuber. It's kind of magical when this happens. Well, you know, sometimes you just want to be a little bit relaxed and not have any kind of animation. Of course, you have to log into the bathroom. Non-customers don't get to use the loo. Duh. Yeah, no pay, no play. Oi, you got a license for that bathroom? Yes, I think I rendered that correctly. That's a lot of lore, but it's funny how it's told. Yes, this is quite satirical, although if not a bit disturbing. Sounds like an anti-stealth job. That, I think, is the point. You definitely don't want to be stealthy when I'm stomping around. Always. Where you have to stay in sight as long as possible instead. Alright, let's continue onward. Fly Blackbird. Removable of 2 orbital guns. Okay, we have read this. So let's go to loadout. It appears we have a 4th pilot. A mongoose with pilot Leng. Leng's mongoose is armed with a Carlos 84mm recoilless rifle and a Bonesaw 8mm machine gun. 8mm, that is pretty darn dated. I wonder if that's using the absolutely ancient 20th century, or... was 8mm Mauser in the 19th century, in perhaps 1895, or was 8mm Mauser after that, in the early 20th? Can't recall right now. Alright. I am interested in this mongoose. It looks absolutely weak. This loadout lacks the firepower of large units, but it's hard to track and can hide very easily. Flank enemies and only engage when you have the advantage. Ooh. Oh! We have a completely new set of pilots in this mission. Okay, so we have a Turo. Oh, it's Piers once again. He was the gentleman from the beginning of the campaign. A mongoose. He's got a 105mm cannon and a 12.7mm My Dois machine gun. The Mongoose lives on. John Browning's legacy is eternal. Even in my part of the universe, we know of the Saint John Browning. Blessed is he. Prowler. Oh, this is a new tank. It appears to have its own turret. Yes, these helmets look rather comfortable, although not very protective against shrapnel or internal spalling. I would also perhaps want to be wearing some kind of goggles. Pilot Pinho. Pinho's Prowler is armed with a Belter 20mm chain gun and a Gutterball 160mm howitzer, with a smoke projector for defense. This loadout is suited to hit and run tactics, highly mobile and able to fire over and through walls for excellent single target damage. We'll have trouble if overrun, but effective use of smoke and mobility will prevent that. Okay, so this appears to be a bit of a distance player. I could appreciate that, especially the arcing trajectory. Buckler. Volhard's Buckler is armed with a Stutter, 27mm chain gun and a Broiler 12MW laser, with active camouflage for defense. This loadout is an ambusher, short range but mobile and quiet, with extremely high burst damage. Okay, so another Agrav, but and armed similarly, but this time with a laser, as compared to the Karanavan, or I can't even pronounce it anymore. Corps. The bulk of the missions will be like this, with a selection of 4 pilots with their cannon loadouts throughout the campaign. You will have a chance to play most of the pilots. Oh, excellent! Try before you buy, I like that. Okay, so I don't think I will run the Mongoose because that sounds challenging for my limited faculties right now, but I may run it later. Let's go with the Prowler because I haven't used it before. Alright. Let's move this. Let's move on. We need to destroy 2 orbital guns. Okay, so now we can see that our primary has a flat trajectory, and our secondary has this wonderful lobbing arc of a howitzer. So, this is excellent. And we have Bull Rush as expected. Oh! Ooh. Oh, that howitzer shell is rather low velocity. We have a decent reserve of primary ammunition, for which I am thankful for. Ooh, okay. So, here we have the opportunity to use environmental destruction to our great advantage. Spotter. Let's blow him up before he gets there. Corvids. Oh, Corvids really love speed. This is not what I'm rigged for. No, 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 no alarms. We go quietly into the night. Perfect. This is a decent craft. I like it. Rather fast. Bull Rush is also decent. Oh, for those coming in, so if you saw the Zoling I was using before, it had a stomp ability, but these tracked vehicles, they have a Bull Rush, in which they simply accelerate to a ludicrous speed. Like this. Alright, let's use our smoke projector effectively. High speed, low drag. I always forget what that icon is called. Ah! Megberpog. There we go. No. Corvid, no stealing. Corvid, no swiping. I believe that is a, Oh no! Not an alarm! Oh, I have goofed. Oh, goodness me. Oh, no, 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 no. Alright, we are lobbing shells. We are lobbing shells. Smoke out. Call me Smokey the Bandit, because I'm about to kick your ass. Okay. There we go. Quietly, like how Hotline Miami is discreet. Yes, yes. I am very discreet. Discreet in how quickly I... Actually, scratch that. I am discreet. In that is how I... I am struggling here. How do I turn this into a catchphrase? Like a hard-boiled action hero. Except I am no hero. I am an anti-hero at best. Don't worry, viewers. You can continue respecting me even after I massacre civilians and destroy property. Oh, excellent! Ammunition that is compatible for us. Oh, no, wrong one. We require howitzer munitions. Oof, this thing is a bit hard to aim. There we go. Direct hit. Something mathematically discrete. Hello, A-E-I-O-U-U-U-U. Welcome to the convoy. Oh, no, 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 stay away. Bad Corvid. No, no, keep your eyes off me. Alright. They are coming, and they don't stop coming. Okay. Let's bull rush. I want that ammo. Even though that I think that is actually incompatible. It isn't. Let's see. My primary weapon is currently at about 2/3 ammunition capacity. This is, I suppose, acceptable. Here is another spotter. What is that? Is that an armed tuk-tuk? Oh, oh, no, 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 no. Well, it was an armed tuk-tuk. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Consume autocannon ammunition, Corvid. Oh, there's an elite Corvid. I am very low on howitzer ammunition. Oh, alright, okay. Let's get this orbital gun. Fantastic. Oh, that is a... This appears to be some kind of artillery tractor with a turret slapped on top of it. I wonder what a clever name they're using for that. Oh. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Let's do some bull rushing. Let's fire off a volley of smoke, however ineffective that was, and simply rush. Ooh! I have a mighty need, and it is for speed. I believe you can unlock the tuk-tuk. This I must check in the freelance department. Oh! This district is far more arid than Letterard, where we were. Oh, yes, yes, primary ammunition. Excellent. We have 0 howitzer ammo, so we're gonna have to use melee damage or simply look for a ammo depot. Alright, let's barge through and give the orbital guns a bit of a smacking. Oh, let me get a proper line of fire here to these fuel depots. There we go. Stay away, Corvid. You stood no chance. For that, you get a bull rush. Come on, come on, come on. Take that. Alright, let's get this orbital gun knocked out. Come on, come on. Stay away, and... that's one issue with isometric shooters, is your cursor, even if you hover it over the target, like for example, right now I'm aiming at the ammo depot, it will not actually hit because you're not aiming at the base. So I have to change my way of thinking in order to accommodate that, since this is not a turn-based game and I'm not simply clicking on a silhouette. Oh yes, howitzer ammo. Perfect, perfect. Crushed shells and fresh destruction. Excellent. Let's destroy these power generators. Leave nothing standing. Leave no comfort for the enemy. The NAP loyalists will have to learn their lesson. You can't get between a Brigador and their money. Let's see, is there anything else to clear out here? I'm feeling a particular bloodthirst. Well, I think this is acceptable. Let us move off the battlefield. Yellow raincoats. You know, once you are experienced enough Brigador, the sensation of crushing or splattering yellow raincoats simply goes from enjoyable to pitiable. I have developed some feelings for our little raincoated friends. Ah, perfect, a new feeling, and that's what I'm experiencing right now. Contract, removal of 4 target vehicles. Opposition, moderate loyalist. De novo, Ejército do Povo, hereafter NEP, is reeling from the death of great leader and unexpected SNC contract activity all over Solo Nobre. Despite being an army of conscripts, their discipline and training is strong. The SNC will only have a matter of hours before the NEP reorganizes in force. Your mission is part of a coordinated disruption of that reorganization. Remove the designated command vehicles and forward observers, occupying Linschoten, a small farm town and necropolis district. The SNC's development goals for Solo Nobre depend on keeping the local government forces in disarray as long as possible. Purchase lore in acquisitions for more details. I think we understand who the Novo Ejercito do Povo is. Let's see. Linschoten. A necropolis. That's a bit concerning. I actually wish to look up that lore. Acquisitions, lore. Where is Linschoten? Maybe you're old enough to remember why every colony in sync range has a Linschoten. I've heard that spacers even have their own Linschoten, but who knows what they use it for. Solo Nobre's take on the subject is traditional, respectful. It's a small, tasteful district, mostly used for farmland and a necropolis or two. The people here are nice, relatively speaking, almost quaint. They're too young to really remember. Almost nobody is as old as me these days, and I'm not eager to remind them. The way this planet's going, great leader or no, they won't have the attention to spare soon enough. Better to enjoy this while it lasts. Ooh, that's really depressing. So it appears to be some kind of a memorial town. A reminder of, I suppose, death and early Terran life. Or something of that, like that. But in general, that does sound peaceful. Alright, let's take a look at the NEP operations. Or is it lore? I guess it would be loyalists. It's not easy to reduce the civilian militia population of Solo Nobre to one category. This is what you have to remember. For all the high-flown rhetoric about a hateful rebellion fought and won by insurgent anarchist forces that the rest of us have heard over and over again, most loyalists are regular people, or more likely, the descendants of regular people, who didn't want to stay down when the company's stooges told them to lie there and take it. I've been down here for a while, and I've noticed there's a strained smile that people here give each other. They do it over everyday things, like the native colonial hybrid fruit at the black market Mercerio. Apologies. Mercerio. And they do it to express an understanding. This is awful, they're saying, but it's better than it used to be. There are two things that changed when Great Leader took power. First, water got a lot cheaper. Second, the incidence of murders, aggravated assaults, sexual violence, and starvation all dropped by about 1,000,000%. The loyalists knew to salute Great Leader when his picture passed by in a parade. Sure, but it's really that reminder of hydration and nutrition, and not suddenly dying, that they are loyal to. And that's exactly what they're fighting to keep. MB. This is a tale as old as time. I have learned through the history of many worlds in human space that really what we all end up fighting for is our daily loaf of bread and a gallon of water. Everything else is irrelevant at the end of the day. Well, let's take a look at the tuk-tuk. I'm going to guess that this is a Corvid tank. And the Corvid tank, we have the treehouse, which we unlocked. Dragon. Vartlet. Corvid tuk-tuk. Non-sufficient funds, 20 million credits? Are you kidding me? Ringo. Selectively starving chunks of the population. Whatever could possibly go wrong? I don't know either, Ringo. It could be anything. 20 million! This is the meme markup. Unacceptable. Let's get that money. New feeling. Oh, 2 missions unlocked simultaneously. Well, let's do new feeling at the Necropolis. Loadout. Oh, Huss. Graf's Huss is armed with a Bishop 140mm cannon and a Otomo 20 megawatt laser with a smoke projector for defense. This loadout is a brawler, extremely loud, extremely high single target damage, and area of effect damage. Once the battle starts, it won't end until one side is dead. 20 million, that sounds like you're taking out an insurance on your life just for buying a thrill ride. Well, the Corvids, I am assuming, don't have anything remotely like insurance, all things considered. But that may be the case for a Brigador, perhaps? Although I think we're not really getting paid nearly enough for a policy that covers that. Although, one of the pilots, if I go back, the very first one that is available for free and freelance, Norman Osberger, his death wish may be perfect for our purposes, provided we offer the right insurance package to benefit his survivors. So you know what, Ringo? I think you may be right. I think anyone employed with SNC gets a insurance package. Alright, we have the Turo again with Piers. We have the Rounder and the Chook. Oh, interesting. We have quite a few more choices here. Archer's Rounder is armed with a Zeus 25mm railgun and a Crambo 20mm chain gun with active camouflage for defense. The loadout is a tactical skirmisher, tremendous single target damage and range, but has trouble with swarms. Use maneuverability and stealth to corral targets into choke points and avoid getting cornered. Okay, so this is another heavy A-grab, along with the Huss. The Toro we know, and the Chook. Rosario's Chook is armed with a Preacher 76mm cannon and a Belter 20mm chain gun, with an audio-kinetic pulse for defense. This loadout deals tremendous amounts of damage, but lacks the staying power of heavier mechs, or a defensive ability that allows for disengaging. Interesting. Oh, she's got some very unusual makeup. That, I wonder how annoying that is to apply every morning, or perhaps it is semi-permanent. So, this is a Corvid, obviously, so... You know what, I have never used the audio-kinetic pulse, so I think I will deploy with this mech, because I would like to try that out. Oh. Melchior, you're getting some rest. Good, good. Please, I hope you have an excellent night, and fly safe. Attenborough, the open cockpit irks you. You clearly don't understand the thrill of having shells whiz by your ear, and perhaps whiz into your ear. Alright. Oh, this is a fast little guy. I wonder if the Stomp is just as effective as the Zollings. Doesn't seem quite like it. Oh, look at this monument. It's a skeleton holding a 8-pointed star while in a coffin. This is a beautiful architecture. I'm hesitant to even engage in combat. This loadout is very limited, but decent. Let's try this audio-kinetic pulse. I'm not quite sure what that did. I'll have to try it again. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Keep clearing, keep clearing. The one thing I will say is I feel this mech is much more intuitive to me because the legs are all in the right way. At least for a typical humanoid. Let's use that audio-kinetic pulse. Interesting. I'm not quite sure what that does, and it has a very fast recharge relative to all the other specials. An open cockpit. Gotta feel the wind of death, to ride hard and fast. You know, sometimes the payment you get is not enough, and you need a payment of thrill and adrenaline. And even the SNC cannot provide that for you. Oh, wow, that detonated everything. Alright, let's try this audio-kinetic pulse. Oh, I see. So the audio-kinetic pulse is a sonic weapon. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so that actually adds very significantly to our offensive power. And it means we can save an ammunition for lone targets. It appears to be a very powerful weapon in particular. Destroying cultural and historic sites. Probably the best crime war in the world. War crime in the world. You know, I think that might be the case. Let's just... Oh, wow! Okay, so I don't know how much damage it does against units, but it certainly absolutely devastates. Oh, okay, it also does very enormous damage to units. I like this. The Corvids really do have an excellent approach to what they're doing. Come on, come on. I want to hit you with my audio pulse. Oh, we are trampling the wheat fields. Oh, no, 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 no. But I can see how this would be a liability when it comes to disengaging, as the manual said. Let's bust this shield truck. Let's get up close and Sonic Pulse. I like this. This is a good mech. And I like that the shell velocity is actually decent. The howitzer is a little too slow for my liking. Alright. Oh, oh, oh. What a fantastic Sonic Pulse this is. Oh, orbital gun. You're not quite recharged with Sonic Pulse. Let's not do that again. Stop shooting at me. Come on, come on, come on. Oof. Excellent weapon for simply destroying everything. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I want that ammo. This is a great place for the Sonic Pulse. Did you see that? It flattened an entire chunk of this farmland. That is most impressive. We are down to 6 primary weapons, but luckily we have this audio pulse. It's a very strong close-range weapon, but it makes an incredible amount of noise. I suppose for a Corvid that's not too big of a concern, but perhaps I should be mindful of that. An audio pulse. Base cannon. Yes, yes, indeed it is, Carrot. Let me destroy these barricades. Howitzer, might as well chuck a watermelon with your bare hands. Yeah, that's kind of how it felt. Or perhaps a shot put. Let's keep using our stomp. I almost forgot that I had the stomp, since I was so enamored with the audio pulse. Oh yes, it really does attract all the boys in the yard, and they're like, that's an, oh, I just got suicide droned. I did not realize they were that powerful. Let's start shooting again then. Watermelon, yes. Audio pulse. Excellent. Maybe I shouldn't be this cocky, but it's a little fun to be like this. Ooh. Burning through my ammunition. And I'm down to 33 hull. I did really darn well here, didn't I? Alright, let's see. We have a fixed gun vehicle, so we can perhaps skirt around them. There we go, there we go. Oh. And the barricade got in my way. Okay. Barricade. Ooh, these mongooses are not doing me any favors. Alright, ooh, shielding, I will need that. I'm quite frail right now. And I did not make it in time. Keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting. With a big iron on my hip. Big iron on my hip. Okay, okay, okay. Ooh. Getting a little flustered there. Let's see, I do not want to wake them up, so I think I will have a slightly more applied use of the audio pulse cannon. Oh. Here we go, engagement. Pick up that shield. Oh boy. Got his flank. Stomp the mongoose. Audio pulse. Excellent. Alright, we're hanging in there. As long as our hard shields hold, we should be able to survive. So pulse is charged. Yeah, that destroys buildings. Post haste. Excellent ammo for us, for our primary. There we go. Alright, so here we have some... Ooh, that looks like a dismal sort of apartment block. Permeated with rail lines. And a cute little diner. That looks like a flak tower from the Wehrmacht of World War II Germany. With the quadruple, I suppose, barbettes here at the edges of the tower. But I don't think that's what it is. But it does appear to be some kind of fortified blockhouse. Oh. Hovercraft. I'm just going to audio pulse them. Alright, let's hide a little bit. And let them get into range. Oh, nope. Come on, come on. Oh dear. Just keep shooting and everything will be okay. Weird for what seems to be a parking lot. Yeah, that did seem to be nothing but a, perhaps a... What would I describe it as? A motor pool at best? Oh, my steering is somewhat, Yeah, that is literally just a parking lot and a forest that I destroyed. And it doesn't even have a proper set of gates. Well, oh no, these are gates. They are panic gates. Sorry, Great Leader. This isn't my contract. If Solo Nobre must fall, so must your statues. Alright, we've got this one in the rear armor. Keep running, keep running. Go around here. Oh, it's the drone that got us last time. Oh, this one is hard shielded too. We should stay away from the blast radius of that depot. I really hope we can get some shielding soon. This is getting to be a little bit risky. Oh, shielding, perfect. Pulse cannon that guy. Get this one. Hopefully you pick up some shielding. Yes, excellent. Alright, this is getting nice and exciting. Ooh, shield truck. I have an audio pulse. And I think that's what I will use to obtain this. Ah, it seems I'm getting a communique. Oh. We have destroyed the officers we needed to. The command vehicles. But let's clear this area out. Let's get this guy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, orbital guns. Let's destroy them for that bonus. And there we go, there we go. Alright. 33 health. Let's be careful. Who puts an orbital gun in a cemetery? I can't even imagine how you would get ammunition to it. Alright, let's back up here. Necromancers. Maybe they're using the dead as ammunition. My lord, look how many graves there are, how many tombstones. People must be buried vertically here. Surprising. Alright, let's get this other orbital gun. We are almost out of ammunition. Let's see if we can find something for ourselves. Actually, this should be enough. Right. Excellent. Oh, another orbital gun. Let's see if there's one more down at this district that we haven't explored. There's an enemy, that's for sure. We are desperately low on ammunition. Okay, we've been here, owing to the destruction. Oh, that sonic pulse missed. Ah, thank you for bringing some ammunition. Space necromancers. Great leader was a lich. He may have been. But perhaps he was only pretending to be one. I mean, if he had a phylactery, it's not doing him much good, practically speaking. Since Solo Nobre is clearly in the process of falling. Oh, we've made quite a bit more money this time around. Over double what we used to before. Excellent! Okay. Let's continue onward. Mental health. Something very important. You should take a look at the final pilot you could purchase. Alright, Corpse, let's do that. Let's go to freelance. 100 million for Precursor James. I think I have heard of Precursor James. But that price tag. Oh, I just barely got to 2024. And I'm still not buying that tuk-tuk. That is not worth it quite yet. Let's see, who is the best pilot I can afford? 22 million? Not bad. Ooh, that is a lot of money. Alright, mental health. Alright, Corvids, thank you for joining the convoy for as long as you could. Hope you have safe travels and a good night. Contract. Removal of 4 target structures. Opposition. Moderate loyalist. This operation targets upper echelon NAP commanders. For those not already in our employ, news of Great Leader's death caught many members of his war council and inner circle unprepared. Some linked up with their nearest sector base. A few attempted to escape, like Ramiro Castello, but many have gone to ground. And for any that missed it, we actually killed, I believe, Ramiro Castello in the first mission of the game. He was just infantry though, so even if we breathed wrong near him, that would have been mission complete. 4 high-value targets have bunkered down within the Evora Estate Country Club. Convenient choice, as they already were there at the time. The security is enough to stave off low-level Corvid mobs, but not enough to deter a Brigador. We are confident in low flight risk for these targets. Destroy the designated clubhouses on the grounds of the estate to complete your mission. Ooh, lovely! We get property destruction of quite luxurious homes as our target. That does not bode well. That looks like it is some sort of ultra-heavy tank, considering how tall it is, and it's a spotter. Maybe a sign of things to come. Oh! And we get some very heavy assets here. So the Leng and his mongoose we've seen before. I don't think I'm quite ready to handle that. We've seen Rounder before. The Killdozer. Bromlin's Killdozer is armed with a Carlos 84mm recoilless rifle and a Bonesaw 8mm machine gun with a smoke projector for defense. This loadout is a bull. The weapons are secondary to the Killdozer's ram, which will destroy most enemies in a single hit. Keep targets to your front and focus on choke points and ambushing. Excellent. You know, this might be my speed here. A bulldozer. A bulldozer technical. Very, very weak armament, but I don't think that matters much when you have Bull Rush and 400 health. Although fairly low hard shields. And Treehouse. Costa's Treehouse is armed with a Plowman chemical projector and a Koning 30mm Gatling gun with an autokinetic pulse for defense. This loadout is for murdering everyone and everything in sight. Best if piloted aggressively and utilizing height to fire over protective cover. Be careful not to drive through your corrosive gas, however. So this thing is a war crime on treads with that particular armament. Do you know about the real-life Killdozer? I am aware of those chronicles. It is somewhat of a mythological tale at this point, but I appear to have found the original documentation of the event. Quite the experience. Let's use the Killdozer then, since that is in our minds. Oh, what a smug pilot portrait. Have you been trying the different horns each vehicle has? The treehouse has quite a horn. Oh, thank you for reminding me, Carrot. I neglected to do that last time I was piloting the treehouse. So while I will pilot the Killdozer, I will now remember to hit the horn. Alright, let's try this out. Oh, that is a klaxon! Like a submarine dive klaxon. Excellent! I like this already. Let's see how the bull rush goes. That is very nice. Alright, so we have a blue and green set of weapons. That is the ammunition we're looking for. Chugga chugga choo choo. I really should have a hold option for the horn, because it's really hard to reach over while manipulating some of the other keys. Oh, okay, so I do not have a 360 degree of fire field. A firing field. Okay, so I must be aware of my bearings. So let's get this orbital gun out of the way. Alright, that's cleared. So the enemies are alerted, but they will be dealing with the shrubberies. And I have a smoke projector, which is exactly what I need. Alright, let's punch through these trees. Oh, that smoke hit a tree. Let's ram. Oh my! So the armament on this truly is secondary. Mostly for those that are too maneuverable for the bull rush to handle. Very impressive. Very impressive. And I'm going to destroy this mansion manually. Ho ho ho! This is my kind of vehicle. Oh, yes. Honk honk! The horn of Gabriel is playing, sinners! Come get your just desserts. God's bulldozer has come to level you into hell. Solo Nobre will fall to the 9th circle. No alerts for you. Smoke screen out. No rush like a bull rush. Go ahead, turn on your pathetic alarms. I will simply tread upon them. I know no fear, for I walk in the valley of the shadow of death. I look around me and I realize that there is nothing left. For I am Ozymandias, King of Kings. But even the King of Kings knows when to retreat. We need to gather our bearings here. Ah, there's a super heavy. Let's use our smoke to good effect, I hope. Bull rush? Wow, my guns were doing nothing. Oh, what a joy this is. Stop it, mongoose. Okay, the mongoose I think is the biggest threat to me. It's far more maneuverable than I. I need that ammo, I need that ammo. Alright. There we go, there we go. Shred, shred, shred. Oh, so satisfying. It's beautiful. Yes, the Killdozer is really is something. It also has a 25% damage reduction normally reserved for ultra-class vehicles, so you can afford to play very aggressively. As I have been. That is a nice hidden statistic to know, thank you. Seems you really like to take an offensive stance. Yes, especially when I'm not particularly as good at the controls of a game. I definitely prefer to be on the offense and simply go for the ram. Although I will say that if an enemy is not expecting it, a ram can be very handy even in games where there is no ram mechanic and collisions actually do nothing to you. Oh, panic walls. You know why they're called panic walls? Because that's what you're going to do when I break them down. Oh, a turret. How quaint. I am built for demolition, and you are a structure. Run, run, run! Come here, little infantryman. Do you really think you have power here? There we are. Residence demolished. Let's top up our ammunition reserves. Nothing. I think this particular vehicle is just a propaganda effect of something like this ramming through an officer's club is quite potent. I hope someone is recording this holovid. Ooh, yes. The ammunition that I would like. Smokescreen out. Ugh. What a blessed vehicle. Give me that ammunition, please. Who is shooting at me? Well, no matter. Come here, come here. Oh, I see. The silhouette was not showing up. You know, the 84 and the 20 mil autocannon on this are not bad at all either, though. If I'm not in quite bull rush range. Ooh. Satisfaction. This really is a chef's kiss of a vehicle. I can now understand, and pardon my language here, why the pilot of this has an absolutely shit-eating grin at all times. The smirk of a Brigador who knows that they are invincible. I understand now. And I'm sure that these NEP figureheads do too. Oh, hovercraft. That may actually be a threat because they can actually maneuver to some extent. That is definitely one thing I have been neglecting, is manipulating the velocity of this tracked vehicle in order to steer more efficiently. Because when I'm at a dead stop, I turn around far quicker than I do during forward translation. So we have another turret, and we could use a stealthy approach here. But I think what we will do is we will simply grind through the wall. There we go. They stand no chance. And this guy knows it. He's running. Ah, let's see if I can detonate this ammo depot. Darn. What are you running for? Perhaps you're running to that heavier vehicle. If the Corvids had more of these, I'm sure they could take down most of Solo Nobre. Or hold most of Solo Nobre. But maybe it's quite limited in supply. Whatever plating they're using for this is incredibly durable. And I'm sure it's not the stock dozer blade that comes with this. Why am I resume? I did not want to use smoke. Oof. What's going on here? Let's just keep firing. Smoke out. Alright. Bull rush. Come on, come on, come on. And another bull rush. Let's destroy... Oh, these targets were destroyed by stray fire. Excellent. 2 birds with 1 stone. So our remaining target is to the east. There is some kind of shrine here. Was a shrine. This thing just does not slow down after it hits something. Well, for anyone looking for new housing, I'm sure property values in this particular district of Solo Nobre will have dirt cheap prices for quite some time. Although it might be more of a DIY situation with the housing. That is very true. The Killdozer cannot be stopped. Alright, another orbital gun down. We are desperately low on ammunition. Let's go find a resupply point. We'll rush through the forest. Oh, at least we can top off our small arms munitions. I think I may have been mistaken. This might be the 8mm machine gun. Fantastic. Oh, here is another one of these opulent clubhouses. There we go. Destroy one of these flak towers. Okay, let's take a look here. Anything else? Any more guns? Oh yes, here's another ammo depot. Is this a sports ball field? It appears to be. This might be the gridiron of the North Atlantic Alliance's member state, the United States of America, or what it once was. They played something they called gridiron, if I am correct. It's been a while since I've done that bit of history. Ooh, you can hear the glass snapping. Ah, perfect. Heavy ammo. Waste not, want not. And we drained that ammo depot. Now, let's see if my immersion will be broken. Will this ammo depot explode if it is drained? No, it does not. At least not significantly. The devs did think of that. Good, good. Excellent. And we have earned $6 million. We are making quite the amount of money. Okay, so let's see here. We are moving forward. Suicide machines. Oh dear. Contract. Removal of 5 target vehicles. Opposition. Moderate Corvid. Haskins Port is a former logistics hub for interplanetary commerce. When Great Leader closed spaceports citywide, routing interplanetary trade through Exio, Haskins all but shut down completely. All freight was declared property of the NEP and has remained there since, the massive backlog hastily stacked. With the present opportunity, a heavily armed Corvid detachment moved immediately to occupy Haskins Port, and they have men going through the boxes. The SNC is very interested in what the Corvids are looking for buried for years in shipping containers in Haskins Port. Remove the command vehicles overseeing this search operation so that we can deploy our own teams to search the port. Interesting. Wonder if it's weaponry or some kind of supplies or something akin to that. Okay. 1 second, please. I'm going to give myself a redeem for water and activate the hydration systems outside of my simulation. Simulated water. The best taste. Okay. I think we can begin this. Ooh, we have a new set of vehicles. An entirely new set of vehicles. But the pilots Some of these we have seen before. Rice's short bus is armed with a Kraken 90mm chain gun and pinch rocket, with EMP grenades for defense. This loadout is a disabler. The Kraken deals excellent armor damage, but is poor against shields, while both the pinch and EMP grenades will stun units and destroy shielding. Hi, Alaric. Yes, I did redeem water for myself. I am a responsible enough adult in order to be able to do that. In fact, I will now also redeem a stretchy. Ah, there we go. Synthesized tension is now leaving the shoulder blades. Excellent. We are recharged and ready to commit further war crimes. So the short bus has a rocket. I have not used that before. That is interesting. Troubadour. This looks like a mono-track. No armor around the cockpit whatsoever. Pinho has a death wish. He was in a perfectly functional mech before. Armed with a Jericho 60mm cannon and Bonesaw 8mm machine gun, with a smoke projector for defense. This loadout is focused on high mobility hit and run attacks. The Troubadour is extremely hard to hit when running at full speed. I may have encountered some of these in previous scenarios. Giancarlo's, a rope kid, is armed with a Bully 6MW laser and a Donkey 84mm recoilless rifle with EMP grenades for defense. This loadout is built for high mobility close combat, excellent short range damage and disabling, with very poor armor and shield. Yeah, that is really bad. 50 plus 75, and the overcharge is not great either. I don't know how I feel about that. Party van! Bromlin's party van is armed with a Stutter 27mm chain gun and Carlos 84mm recoilless rifle, with an audiokinetic pulse for defense. This loadout is best suited to long-range combat while using the audiokinetic pulse to blast open walls and maintain maneuverability, or to get a quick kill on a close-range target. I see he dropped the bulldozer off for repair. Okay, so we have a chain gun and the 84. The 84 is decent, we've had enough experience with it. This looks like just another tank, but without too many redeeming qualities. The rope kid is a little bit too weak. Troubadour is somehow more durable than both the party van and the rope kid, despite it being an open cockpit design. Might try the Troubadour. And the short bus is literally a bus on a hover chassis, with 2 more cars slapped to the bottom. This looks difficult to use. I think the 90mm chain gun is awful heavy. The true strength of the party van is the horn. Ooh. You are trying to sell me on it, aren't you? Well, let's do that then. And engage. That is excellent. We have a whole band in the back. What was the band that, was it Rice was part of? 1211 or something like that? Okay, this is a decent armament. Oh, a Killdozer. That is, I think, has enemy health. What is this? Oh, that is a towering vehicle, although it went up in smoke pretty quick. Give me that ammunition, please. And Sonic Pulse. Ooh, let's not destroy our ammunition supply here. No. Oh, here's one of our targets for the objective. Oh dear, it seems I've taken some significant damage already. 12-7. Thank you, Corpse. Or, sorry, Admiral. The text is yellow on my side of the equation here. But thank you for the suggestion, Corpse, too, because that horn is a lot of fun. No, you do not see me. You do not see me. I am running. Oh, I forget that this is a tank, so I can bull rush. We desperately need some shielding. Oh, who is here? Knock, knock. Oh, no, 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 no. Ooh. Got a little too cocky there. While I enjoy that, I think I want to try a different vehicle. Let's see. Let's resign from that. Let's go back to suicide machines. Oh, I see. It's suicide machines because all of these are absolutely insane. Open cockpit designs. Alright. So this one has a 180-degree firing arc. So this is definitely a hit-and-run sort of vehicle. And we're gonna hit. We're gonna run. We have a smoke screen. Excellent. Oh. Well, the alarm is up. Let's just keep running. I should not have detonated that ammunition depot. So the speed certainly does keep the enemy off your back. And I'm sure the bull rush this thing has is quite intense. Oh, here's that comms depot. Let's hide from the enemy. Let's grind into the tower. Got him. Now, for being a monotrack, this thing is surprisingly maneuverable. I frankly don't understand how it maneuvers at all. I do like the speed, though. Oh. Okay, so that vehicle I really should be careful around. I should use my smoke to best effect. Gotta kill the spotters. Destroy these trucks here. Get some overshield. There we go, there we go, there we go. Oh wow, that bulldozer is tough if you hit anything around the front armor. Okay, I cannot handle that tower right now. There's 2 orbital guns there. Just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Mobility is life, mobility is love. Gotcha in the rear armor, buddy. And you gave us shield. Excellent. Oh, interesting. So it appears that super heavy vehicles, or ultra heavies, leave, they leave behind a carcass that you cannot drive through. Or maybe that's all vehicles and I've simply been ignorant to it. Okay, so we actually do have a heavy cannon. Let's reload that ammunition. There's a problem for this small little ripper bike. Right, let's destroy this power station here. There we go. Oh. Here comes a boss. We've taken a lot of shield damage. Let's just pull away and go around. Let's see if we can blow up these orbital guns while we're at it. Maybe these folks can give us some, Oh no, oh no. Don't raise the alarm. Just keep running, keep running, keep running. Oh! Okay, this game is getting harder. I like this. I like this a lot. I apologize, wingmates, for my failures. But this is demanding a little more finesse than I'm used to, especially after the sweet treat that the Killdozer was. Although this is not bad either. I need to flank him. I need to flank him. I need to flank and go to the rear. Please, let's pick up that shield. Let's pick up that ammo. Okay, Killdozer side. Bull rush. Zip around. Outflank, outflank. Zip away using bull rush. Alright, alright, alright. Let's stay calm. Oh, interesting, there's this whole area here. Let's destroy this comms tower. Oh, and here's a boss that I didn't even... Oh, no, 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 no. Nearly exploded. 40 health. We got this. Another boss. A little bit of... Oh! Too close. Okay, so those tower vehicles are a problem. I should be using my smoke screen. Right, alright. There we go. Stay mobile, stay mobile, stay mobile. Nope, this is getting too hot. Pull away. Pull away, pull away. Nope. He spotted me. Okay, that howitzer blast on that particular vehicle is rather nasty. Okay. So this hit and run stuff. Alright. Let's maybe try a different vehicle. Let's try the short bus. This is a much more heavily armed vehicle and an A-Grav. So what is this rocket? Oh. Oh my. Ah. Damn it. Oh no. Well, maybe this is for the best. At least they're all coming in from the same location. Maybe the brute force approach has something going for it. Yeah, I don't think I mind brute force. And we're at full ammo. Sure, the panic walls are up, but that's okay. Yeah, the silly thing is, this is more my speed when there is no speed. A bit unfortunate, but we play to our strengths. At least for this particular playthrough. Alright, there's the orbital gun. Come on, come on. Ah, you really don't want to, Alright, let's get you. You slippery little guy. Ah, here's another boss. Another one of the, leadership. Right. And the A-Grav is surprisingly maneuverable for its size. Well worth the trade-off in armor. Although we are very low on armor now. EMP. The EMP is definitely a game changer. Although it has one of the slowest reloads, it appears. Ah, there we go. Okay, all 5 captains are dead. We can just mop up any opposition here. For completionism's sake. Power's off. Oh, so the 90mm chain gun uses this particular sort of ammunition, the rapid-fire ballistic. Okay, so it might be between rapid-fire ballistic... So this is for howitzers and other arcing weapons. The green is for rapid-fire ballistics, and blue is for single-shot cannon-style ballistics. At least that's my guess. And then this is for energy weapons. What is that? That horn is, It's like a kazoo. I like it though, I like it. Alright, let's go to the exit now. Oh, Corpse, so you also had a little bit of trouble with this one. Yeah, I was surprised how difficult it was with the lighter vehicles. Those I don't know which vehicles those were, but they were certainly tough, especially their frontal armor. Once you got to the size of them, they weren't an issue. More like a mosquito horn. Buzzing in your ear endlessly. Meow. Alright. This Brigador is done with this scenario, and we only earned 2.7 million for that. Surprising. Oh, and 4 more missions have opened up. I think I will do at least one more mission, and maybe a freelance mission, just to load out with something custom. 08, neon lights. Contract, removal of opposition, greater than 70%. Those were dragons, Corvid Ultra Heavies. Okay, so the dragon is something to definitely fear. So they have, I guess, multiple Ultra Heavies if they also have the treehouse. Let's see here. Okay, most districts in Solo Nobre have at least one Texas 7 asterisk, but Lanoy has the flagship, the original Texas 7. Many other well-known establishments focused on the prurient interests of soldiers are also based in Lanoy, to the point where on any given day, the district has a constant fraction of the nearby base populations. A client of the SNC has a list of names for us for removal, and reports suggest that most of the soldiers are on leave in Lanoy. Despite widespread inebriation being likely, Lanoy is well loved by soldiers, and thus will be well protected. Clear the district of loyalist soldiers and vehicles, both for our economic interests and for the consideration of our client. Ah, it's a district with, it's a red light district, a pleasure district, things like that. Ooh, yes, live nude girls. Oh, I was hoping it would be live nude guns. Maybe there's girls there, but the live nude applies to the guns. YCS. Huh. Tane. Okay. Let's go to the lore and figure out what these Texas 7 places are. Texas 7 Casino. It is a bit, yeah, we are going to the red light district. I never thought I would have to take my wingmates there, but what can you do? Sometimes the mercenary lifestyle takes you places that are a little unpleasant, a little uncouth. Few criticisms can be made more easily of great leaders' social policies than to point out the spread of Texas 7 franchises. A combination of casino, roadhouse, buffet, strip club, and by most accounts, bordello. Texas 7 is a national embarrassment and inelucutably trimmed to Solo Nobre's compulsory military service. The tall Texas 7 neon signs visible throughout the city are known sarcastically as NEP guard posts, because any NEP base is as sure to be within half a click of a Texas 7. Similar comments have been made regarding the disproportionate percentage of soldiers' earnings spent inside Texas 7. Visit one if curiosity demands, but at all cost, avoid them on any soldier's payday. Effie. Ooh, this sounds like a rambunctious establishment if it combines all of this. I've been to some orbital colonies that have this and more, and let me tell you, I was walking through there as quickly as I could, and I was glad to be there on business, because otherwise I as with Texas 7, those stations are notorious for draining the funds of anyone who goes there. Even if you're not there for the more scandalous affairs. Ultra fluff stuff. You gotta release some stress, if you know what I mean. I may know what you mean. I think we can all be on the same page. All right, let's go on to Neon Lights loadout. Broodmare. Gion's Broodmare is armed with Chieftain 18 megawatt and Thunderclap 14 megawatt lasers with active camouflage for defense. This loadout is slow but extremely powerful at mid-range brawling. Excellent single target damage with the ability to disengage or reposition with the active camouflage. Oh, a Spacer in his gel suit. So it looks like this one is once again that reverse chicken leg design that drives me up a wall in terms of visual cues. And it relies on a single ammunition source like the Zoling did. The Spacers appear to be interested in running very singularly focused loadouts. I wonder if that's I suppose a curiosity of their culture, that they get obsessive over one thing in particular. In this case, Gion and lasers. Or maybe not. But this is a bit of a liability if we can't find an energy ammunition depot. Ah, Piers' Turo is back. Rounder. Oh, another Spacer. Archer's Rounder is armed with a Zeus 25mm railgun and a Crambo 20mm chain gun. I think I've read this one before. Tremendous single target damage. Ooh, Arlo, this is new. Another Spacer. So these, except for Piera's, all of these are Spacer contractors, Brigadors. Sug's Arlo is armed with a Jericho 60mm cannon and a Lockdown 15mm machine gun, with audio kinetic pulse for defense. This loadout is built for high mobility close combat, excellent short range damage, and disabling, but with very poor armor and shielding. So I think I've learned from my previous engagement that I am not very good at short range and high mobility. Also, is this pilot not wearing a suit? Are they nude, except for the helmet? Ooh, this is a very Yab mission indeed. The Broodmare. We have not used an exclusively energy layout in quite some time. And we used a hover tank recently, so let's try out the Broodmare. For all of its liabilities. Welcome to Texas 7. Can I get you a steak or a pretty young lady to discuss today's economic forecast with? Apologies for anyone with origins in this place, but one has to do that sometimes. Oh, this is a bit of a. Let's activate camo. Hide from view for a minute. Oh, I do like this. These lasers are my thing. And the stomps are excellent. Laser these infantry. Simply microwave them into the next century. And some more infantry here. Alright, we have a moment of calm. Wait, no more infantry. Alright. The Broodmare is the Spacer Ultra Class mech, but your assessment of the loadout is correct. Keep in mind, though, that Spacer mechs tend to have heavy melee damage. The stomps will be impressive. You were very much correct about that, Corpse. The stomps were and remain impressive. Oh wow, that went right through the wall. Beautiful. Oh, the trees are blocking my line of fire to the orbital gun. Let's go around here. Oh, please, come on. Must you do this to me? Alright, we've wasted enough ammunition. We are stomping the rest of this infantry. A stealth ultra-heavy mech. I do like that approach to this problem. Approach undetected, but slowly. And when you arrive, unleash hell. I hope we get some ammo from this. Nope. Well, shielding is good enough. I do appreciate that the game designers do give you at least some kind of variety in your choice of mechs. You can choose anything from a suicidal death trap to an ultra-heavy walker. So they've got something for everyone's taste. Let's see. We are about down to half of our ammunition supply. So I hope to find some energy weapon, and speak of the devil and he will appear before you. Let's rearm, and keep in mind that the northern corner of the map has an energy weapons depot. So we have a mongoose, or a derivative thereof, over here. Oh, we have quite a few enemies, including some kind of artillery vehicle. No matter, keep shooting lasers. Yes, yes. This is how spacers clear out their enemies. Seems like energy weapons have rather dismal structural damage. We are low on shielding. Let's make sure we're not in a blast radius of this when it goes. We are down to half ammunition. Let's pick up some more ammo. Good old Steiner Scoutlands tactics, I guess. Yes, Attenborough. That indeed. Oh, got someone chasing us. Mongooses. Primary weapon. There we go. Reload. And we have no more ammunition available from the depot, so we should be careful when we stomp this mongoose. Go invisible and stomp the goose. Oh. Shield truck. Excellent. I'm glad you came to me. Oh. Oh. I am shooting soldiers who just left their nightclubs after I knocked the power off. Ooh. Well, I guess their last night on this world was, exciting, I hope. Bit of a ups and downs sort of day for them. In more ways than one. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, that does become a terrain hazard when the ultra heavies get in the way. You actually have to stomp them into the ground. Ah. You know, I probably should not have destroyed the power for this section of the city, because I did want to see the district in its full neon glory. Okay, well, I think we've accomplished our objectives here. Oh, there's one more. Let me just bash my way through the buildings here. Actually, he's within ammo depot blast radius. There's another enemy mech. Stomp. Let's go stealth. On approach. And stomp. That'd be pretty terrifying if you heard invisible heavy stomping and you couldn't see what it was, and then you simply ceased to exist as an invisible ghost just smashed you. Where is the exit? The exit is south. There it is. Well, this was a pleasant trip to the leisure district. I hope we don't have to return. Excellent. Not a good payout, but we also did not use a very a very fair vehicle. These next three are interesting. Organ Donor, Glory Box, and Inch of Dust. Quite a few more missions left too. And then these D ones, I am assuming there's something different about them. Same with E. Alright, let's do a bit of freelance and then we can call it good. So what vehicle should I try out? We can keep going with Norman. Maybe we can pick a different pilot. Although Norman is the baseline. Let's see here. Does anyone have any vehicles they would like to see in action? So we have the Spacer Agravs, Corvid Agravs, Loyalist, Spacer Tanks. Oh, Spacer Tanks use a different locomotion system. Those are balls that they run on, sort of like Tachicomas. Interesting, okay. Haver, Busker. Hadrat looks quite heavy. I can afford the Varlet. You really want me to afford the Varlet? Okay. By popular demand, the Varlet. Corvid Tuk-Tuk, Varlet. Chassis rotation speed, 5 stars. Melee damage, no stars. Vehicle payout multiplier, 10. Oh yeah, that's nice. Ad hoc recon vehicles, baby technicals. We all know the Varlet as the ubiquitous three-wheel taxi and delivery vehicle in most districts. And the Corvids have made them an essential part of reconnaissance. No weapons, armor, or shielding. Just a pair of floodlights and an additional battery to power them. I'm glad they thought ahead for that. It has only 2 uses. As an extremely light recon spotter, and as a brief distraction to draw fire from real Corvid vehicles. Always piloted by the least valuable troops available, and usually only once. Well, I think that's reflective of Norman, so perfect vehicle for him. Let's take a look at some of the weapons we can equip. We have a whole assortment here. The Black Hand, what is that? Oh my! The Black Hand is a gamma emitter, used almost exclusively by spacers. Fielding the weapon alone is sufficient for war crime charges, but the few militaries with means to pursue action against the spacers are also the ones who employ them. Against an unshielded target, single ignitions can inflict 3rd-degree burns and a guarantee of cancer at 100 yards. And within 50 you begin to see 4th-degree burns and spontaneous contracture. Exposure at 25 yards is a death sentence even when protected behind several inches of armor plating. Liquefaction of the dermis and internal organs is common, and even if a target somehow survives exposure, at that range they are permanently incapacitated. Given the efficacy of hard shields against gamma emitters, I'm convinced the widespread deployment of this weapon by spacers serves more as a psychological than directly combat-related role. The sound of its hissing crackle is enough to panic even seasoned soldiers, and from what I've seen of spacers in combat, particularly amongst their light mech spears, I suspect this weapon is also used as a form of counting coup. Regardless, I have seen the aftermath of its use firsthand. It's a cruel and terrible weapon. Effie. And it sounds like the perfect secondary for our tuk-tuk. Now for the primary, we need something with good shield damage. Oh, 1 second, please. Okay, let's see here. So the Black Hand, great hull damage, terrible shield damage. Faker, good for both. The Pinch, which I think is a rocket system, has great shield damage. Temblor mostly does good cover damage. So the Lockdown appears to be the exact opposite of the Black Hand. Bone Saw is a balanced weapon, Donkey is okay. Let's try a bit of a machine gun, 15mm ESD. What is that? Electric something discharge, lockdown, shield damage, excellent. 4-round burst, ×3 submunition. Quiet report, quiet impact. This weapon shouldn't exist, but I've seen footage of one melting hard shields, like a hot knife in soy butter. There's some kind of feedback effect from impact too, because power generators will crap themselves even if the emitters are still pushing ozone. Forget the big spacer fireworks, guns like the Otomo or the Harvester and those big dumb Z primes. Those are all for show. When spacers really want you dead, they just quietly drop one in one of their kill squads. Power suits decked in camo fields. Lockdowns and black hands. Those guns are quiet. Those suits are quiet. And pretty soon their targets are quiet too. If there's anything that keeps me up at night, it's this. Well, this is not a spacer power suit, but it's a tuk-tuk, but I think this may be the ultimate assassination machine. Using spacer weaponry as on a Corvid vehicle. I like this a lot. Special. I think we should use the EMP grenade for ultimate assassination capability. Now, for the operation. Let's see here. Maybe walk with the dead. Let's go with that. War crimes time indeed. Okay, so this is a freelance operation, and only one objective needs to be completed. It's in the necropolises. Alright, let's deploy. 15 hull, 15 shield. Perfect. Oh my. What's the horn like? What was that? I can't even understand what that muttering is. Okay, I like this. That is a potent bull rush. Oh. That tuk-tuk is scary. I like this. This really is a death trap, though. I don't think it does a whole heck of a lot of bull rush damage at all. Alright, let's see where the enemy is. Here's a necropolis. That 10x multiplier will be nice if we survive this scenario. Ooh, that melted through the power suit. Terrifying. Okay, so there's plenty of... we're not very good at damaging structures, though. This really is mostly an assassination weapon, it seems. That was Norman with a megaphone, wasn't it? Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Oh, no. I'm not going to bother wasting my ammo on a building that I have no chance of destroying with this particular loadout. I should have brought a sonic emitter pulse, since I still haven't used that EMP yet. Speeding in a tuk-tuk in a graveyard. Oof. This is the lifestyle. This is the lifestyle I want to live. Alright. We got both captains. And considering we are running low on shields and hull, I think I should terminate this as soon as possible. Alright, got some ammo. Alright, let's see if I can destroy this orbital gun. No, I think the Black Hand doesn't do much against buildings. I'm sure it irradiates the quite a bit of them. Makes them uninhabitable, but I'm not gonna waste my ammo here. Ooh, another vehicle. They are not kidding that this thing is incredibly quiet. Ooh. We have overshields now? Where is the exit in this district? Stealth death. Hello, Croaker. Yeah, this is, definitely not an expected way to die. Although, I am always fond of, Q weapons, like Q ships, or in this case, a Q vehicle. Any kind of a freighter. Oh, we are very heavily damaged. We should leave immediately. Let's see, let's ambush this one. But like any kind of merchant with panels disguising onboard guns is just really cool to me. There should be a green door on the edge of your screen. That's the exit. Oh yes, it's on the right side. Thank you. I simply missed that icon. I think it was stacked heavily with a bunch of others. Alright, making our way over in this barely functioning tuk-tuk. Oh, no, I'm avoiding that. Just gonna EMP grenade my way through this. The Black Hand and the ESD machine gun are definitely very ammunition effective for what they do. Oh my, there are so many crypts here. Oh, don't we just love desecrating this? And I wasted an EMP charge. Here we go, almost there. Oh, come on. Just gonna slowly ram these power plants into submission. Oh, no. Oh, good, we survived that. Excellent. Gotta pick up that ammo. Vroom vroom. Yeah, these early freelance missions, especially with Norman, are not very active. I'm assuming because the difficulty level is quite low. Alright, we are down to... We're still down at 5 health. One more hit and we are done for. Alright, the exit should be somewhere here to the east. Our EMP is almost recharged. We should use that in case we see another... Oh, no. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go. Yes. And we've made it. Excellent. And we did not make much money. Unfortunate. Okay. Let's resign that. Ooh, okay. I think that was quite enjoyable. Let me switch to the chat screen here real quick. Yeah, I should have looked at the breakdown, but I did not earn much at all in that mission. Here we are, back at the station. Although this one is not filled with establishments like Texas 7. If you want that, there's a station in the neighboring system. That'll get you hooked up nice and good. Well, thank you everyone for joining me on that mercenary mission to Novo Solo in the employ of SNC. I am quite enjoying Brigador. It's even difficult to make other commentary because the game is gripping that much. Even the basic freelance contracts are 2 missions in a row. You resigned after the first one, so you receive no rewards. Oh, I see. Okay. And I'm assuming the damage would have carried over between those contracts. Okay, so that makes sense. I will keep that in mind. Thank you, Corpse. That would have actually been a pretty decent payoff if we had completed everything with the tuk-tuk. Oof. Yeah, big F for myself in the chat. Jeez. Well, either way, I think I'm slowly getting the hang of the controls. The scenarios are definitely doing a good job of teaching that, especially now that there's some heavier vehicles available. Those are a lot of fun. Although I think it will take some further skill improvement for me to understand how to complete some of them with the lighter suicidal things like the mongoose suit. And I'm sure there's a way, especially with the stealth capabilities, I suppose, but that's a little beyond me at the present time. Uh, well, oh yes, I did want to so this is open to both VTubers and to viewers. Go to my profile here, but I enjoy a turn-based replica of the board game BattleTech. Ah, let's see. You were doing quite well with the Varlet. It was quite impressive. You adapted to the assassination loadout very quickly. Oh, thank you, Corpse. I should have loaded up with a. I should have made more judicious use of the EMP and maybe even used an audio pulse so that I could destroy structures. But I think that maybe that might be pushing the Varlet a little too far past its design parameters. The EMP is definitely I think the right tool for assassination, especially considering how powerful it is. Ultra Fluff. This game does seem dope. I want to try it out myself too. Yeah, it's very frequently on sale. It's available both on GOG and Steam, so you have quite a few options. I was playing the GOG version in this case. So as I was saying a little bit earlier, I'm going to basically be doing a turn, I suppose, a team battle with mechs styled after or in the theme of VTubers in, I suppose, this community, and some viewers who will be randomly selected. So here's a link to the post, and all you have to do to, at least as a viewer, be part of the random drawing for your mech design to be selected randomly is just to comment with what kind of mech loadout you'd want to see. And then when the day comes, we will have those face off against humans. It probably won't be like a Pathfinder run, and it probably won't be necessarily like Koopa's, what is her tournament called? The CBT Chuba Battle Tournament or something like that, I think. But I mean, it's a fun thing to have people you know be represented in effigy. Who else did a few runs like that? But yes, I definitely want to play some Mega Mech, but it's difficult to get into the setting, so I wanted to do something a little interesting with it, and I will also probably do a session before that will explain how the rules work, because it's a turn-based game and it's not exactly graphically exciting, so most of its nitty-gritty comes from the narration and the critical hits that turn the battlefield into a that strew the battlefield with wreckage after ammunition explosions occur. So yeah, that's that the viewer one is open to absolutely anyone. The VTuber one, of course, is I suppose specifically meant for that, but there's a reason. I'm trying to open it up to the community because after all, streamers are streamers, but viewers are honestly the bread and butter of everything here. Without someone to actually be interested in any of this, what purpose would we have? So I greatly appreciate it that I can, transmit to this little corner of the internet, and you know, through jump node upon jump node, I can actually be a part of something that is bigger than myself. Oh, Attenborough, if you don't have a Twitter account, feel free to message here on Twitch, and I can simply paste those things in from my own I guess perspective. I'll do a reply to that post on your behalf. That would be cool too. Sounds good. Yeah. Whatever means. I'm not going to hand out an email since that's an easy way to get spammers, unfortunately. But anyone's really welcome to participate. And I don't know when the cutoff will be. I need to work on that. I think I'll give it a week or two for submissions, and then I will close it off. And during that submission time and after, I will actually build the mechs, probably on stream. Because the nice thing about BattleTech is you can actually use software to construct the mechs part by part. So I guess sort of like the Brigador construction thing, but it's definitely much more complicated. It goes down to the nitty gritty. And I'll definitely do, I think this weekend, due to my limitations on what is in your time weekends, I'll probably do a guerrilla stream later at night. That is a tutorial on how to build a mech using Mega Mech Lab. You need to go research some meme builds. Well, you don't have to submit a mech directly. Basically, it's just like, I want to be a mech. And that's all you need to do, and I will do my best to make an effigy of you. And if you submit more specifications, like, oh, I want to be a heavy mech, and I want to be a fast heavy mech, then I will do my best to accommodate those needs. But if you really want to submit your own full BattleTech design, that's cool too. That's even easier. In fact, I should add that to the sheet. But yeah, that's that little event is going on. Maybe it'll introduce some folks to BattleTech, even though it is a bit of a slogging game. I think that the lore behind it is absolutely fascinating. It's one of my most the things I find most passionate in terms of tabletop games. I do like Ogre, and I do like Triplanetary and some other things, and I do like the Warhammer series, but definitely BattleTech is my Oshi, as you would put it, or tabletop games. All right. Well, let's see if we have anyone that we could go ahead and raid this evening. Let's take a look. If any of you wingmates have suggestions, please feel free to bring them out. So the chickens are online as before. Let's see. Shirara is online, but she does have 105 viewers, and I don't know if I should raid her. Let's see here. Who else is currently running? If not a tuba or chickens, Wild Earth is on. Ultra fluff stuff. I never thought of myself as a mecha, but it might be quite a mental exercise. Well, it's not so much, you as a mecha, but sort of an effigy of what you are in terms of your personality and your, in terms of like, if you're fast, if you're heavily armored, if you are well armed, or if you're just like a scout. In essence, it's sort of like, if you were to have to, participate on a mobile modern battlefield, what position would you maybe find yourself in, either for better or for worse? Yes, the chickens are always on. Croaker, who is Wild Earth? I think I'm missing out on that bit of data right here. Oh, it's a verified Twitch channel with, oh, so it's a Safari. I see, okay. Oh, that is fascinating. Okay, well, the chickens are definitely on, but I think maybe Wild Earth deserves some attention. And I think I've seen much of the chicken cult recently. Let's see if anyone's on YouTube right now, actually. Nope, no one in my IFF transponder logs. Okay, then Wild Earth it is. Stealth and hit and run tactics. Think that's possible with mechas? Yes. So BattleTech has stealth technology, And it is it comes in multiple flavors, but primarily it is meant to trap heat emissions, reduce electronic signature, suppress your signature, and also in some cases to actually use optic camouflage. There are a whole number of systems, but the most typical one is stealth armor, which requires a Guardian ECM suite, which is an electronic countermeasure platform, and so that basically it's a jammer for all intents and purposes. However, stealth mechs in BattleTech, it's not that they're undetectable, it's that they are harder to hit at range. However, once you are in short range for weapons, you there is no bonus essentially. However, stealth and hit and run is very viable, and the Capellan Confederation mechs are often built that way. At least they're scouts. They are a faction which utilizes stealth armor quite a bit. Actually, let me drop a link to Sarna. Sarna is a fan-made wiki for BattleTech. There it is. And it's a fantastic way of looking up all of the various mech designs that exist in the BattleTech universe, along with a summary of the factions. And actually, BattleTech itself... Let me get that for you. Has a website with introductory literature, if anyone is interested. Let's see here. BattleTech Quick Start rules. There we go. Oh, I should have a bot for this. That would be much more efficient. Here we go. Yes, that's the official BattleTech Catalyst site. Catalyst is the official publisher for the game, and there they have some introductory literature and the quick start rules. And the quick start rules lack some of the nitty-gritty of the game proper, but they do a good job of getting one to understand the turn order and the like. And I guess also what's possible. But the mechs used in the introductory rules are primitive. They're from the 3025 era, whereas the setting is now moving on to 3200, where technology is far more advanced. Naruhodo. I'll check a bit if time allows it. Of course, I'm definitely not saying that you should browse these until or you. This is not your homework. I'm just simply putting out my passions, and if you, cross over even a bit with them, I just want to, make sure that you have the resources to, investigate. Rip, never mind on that rate. Channel just went down. Alright. Well, I think that it's almost, in my mind, nonsensical to raid the chickens because they're almost like they're almost always online, and no one speaks since it's a members only chat. So I think that is But here's the link for anyone who would like to go see some chickens be absolutely adorable and napping. Well, it's fun reading what other people input from their imaginations. Yes, definitely. The fiction is. Fiction really brings worlds and someone's imagination out into the world. You can have many thoughts in your head, but if you can't get it out on paper or, in a speech or in a performance, then it's just going to be with you all the time. And sometimes that's, a bit tragic. There are a few VTubers online, but most probably not people you know. Yeah, I don't exactly have the widest feelers in the community. Yeah, I've only started, what was it, a week and a half ago, perhaps? But that's, that's okay. The old-timey show is always on. Yeah. Well, I guess old-timey show, any kind of channel that's running all the time is, I suppose, more of a lounge room than an active stream in my mind. Not that I dislike them in any way, but I wouldn't raid them. I feel like that's almost like interrupting a club. Barging in and being like, hey guys, look, we're here. We're here to show. Chuba waiting rooms. That's a good way of putting it, thank you. Well, I think we are about wrapping up here, so let's move on to our credits here. Let's terminate our connection, disconnect the secondary feeds, disconnect the video feed. Excellent, excellent. We're shutting down properly here. No premature wormhole collapse. That's a bit of a problem with this old hardware that I'm using. Thank you, Ultra Fluff. I will see you later, you fluffy Ultra Cowboy. Of course, why not? I'm glad you were here for the convoy. Thank you everyone for coming by. I had a chill time today. Definitely a game that demands more and more of my attention as it goes on. Thank you, Corpse. I'm glad you came by. Gotta carry that weight. Take it easy, Spacer. I will do my best to carry it. All right. For credits, the background music was by Kevin MacLeod, and since we're not rating anyone today, that's not important. Oh, do we have any new followers? Let me see here. I should always. Oh, Mutant Carrot. He followed a little while ago. Thank you, Mutant Carrot, for joining the flotilla. If you're still around. If not, I hope you're resting well. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining the convoy for as long as you could. I wish you safe jumps, accurate and fast calculations. Keep your propellant tanks topped off at all times, and fly safe. Goodbye, everyone.